off with Major Schroepfer saying, hey, you need to think about what should be your medevac capability. Because before then, we never went out with the medevac capability other than, hey, wherever you are, we designated multiple LZs throughout the city, so just push that one and then we'll push the Humvees out there, push the QRF out there to cordon off the area, let a Black Hawk come in, pick you up, and take you back.
What was your reaction when you got the word over the command net that Captain Cannon's death was confirmed?
Carroll said he was routine, so my initial thought was, okay, he's routine, he's knocked unconscious or something. He's gonna come up with the net, and 5 seconds went by and nothing happened. And I did say Roger on the net, just for that one hope of thinking, hey, he's okay, and he didn't come up on the net. And I sure as hell wasn't gonna say, well, what do you mean by routine, you know? And I looked back at Major Schroepfer and said, hey, sir, Lima 6 is routine KIA. He kind of looks down, like saying, "Oh crap," and he just picked right up with his operations. He just went right back to establishing a plan for battalion to do the sweep from east to west through the city. So at that point, operations continue.
Right.
Where did you think? Initial gut reaction was stop. There was 2 mind-blowing times where your initial feeling is you want to stop everything and take an pause, gather your thoughts, figure out what you're going to do. And the first time was when we took our first casualties back in March 8th with Smith and Morris from Cat Red. They hit a mine, and Lieutenant Engelhardt said we have 2 KIA, or he said we have 2 routine, and came up on the net and said, do you mean routine as in they're okay, or routine KIA? And he goes, routine KIA. And everyone wants to stop. Captain Gannon picked up the radio and continued to command and control operations. And that was it. That's war. That's our first taste of it. He's killed. Initial reaction is you want to pause, collect your thoughts. Major Schroepfer's there. In his way, by going back and working the battalion, was these things happen, it's part of war, push on. And that's exactly what happened. So it still leaves the fact that Carroll, Moore, and Watson and Mike Hudson from Recon need to link up with Blade 6 over by the police station, over by the arches, so they can begin their sweep from east to west. My initial feeling at that point, or my initial guidance to myself, was okay. I'm the XO. Change my call sign to Lima 6, which is what I did. Even if someone came on the net and said Lima 5 or Lima 6, I would answer both. Those are just semantics, but I just felt like I had to go out there and say, all right, hey, someone has to take the fight, just to let you know that there is a unity command right there, a conduit where guys out forward and guys out back can talk to me to get the information on what to do next. And besides, Major Schroepfer's right there, and I felt fully confident that if there was a lag or if I felt like something was missing, he could give me some guidance and help me out and push me in the right direction. In my mind, it was finish the operation, get the company back in, reconstitute, prepare for follow-on missions, and prepare for the new company commander, who I thought was going to be Cap Masher or Cap Mills up in HNS.
What was your plan for the medevac support for Lima 2 and Kilo 1?
Initially, to give you this is gonna be a long answer, vice a short answer, just to give you a bit of a picture. We get Major Schroepfer tells us from a reliable human source that there's a CP or a terrorist or insurgent stronghold position south of the city. So put together an element to go down there and attack that. That there was Kilo 1 and Lima 2 who had been pinging me all day saying, hey, if you need anything, let me know. So real quickly I said, you're the assault element, you're the support, or you're the security. I'm gonna go with you guys. I'll be with Lima 2, set up an outer quartering. Kilo 1, come with me. Keep you guys in a good position, far enough away, in a position that you can assault towards the objective. Lima 2 will go ahead and get a leader's reconnaissance and come in. Obviously, just like in war, things change. But on the way out as Lima 2's leaving, Major Shruffer goes, hey, there's no doubt you're going to take casualties. So you need to think about a medevac plan. My mind, all our operations up to then were, if you got contact down the city, we had multiple LZs established throughout the city. Wherever you were, there was going to be one within 1,000 meters to where your contact is to an LZ. We would push a CAT element there to you. CAT would pick up the injured Marines, and you would push out to the LZ, establish a cordon, call the Black Hawk in, pick you up. We met that well within a golden hour every time. Anytime there was a casualty, they were back in battalion within 15 minutes. I think the fastest was 9 minutes. We were able to work one. Only Major Shreffler, brought it to my attention, and I realized that all of CAT was out forward. So the only thing I had back there left was a 7-ton and a tow Humvee that happened to come back to do an ammo resupply. I looked at Major Shreffler and said, I'm going to take that tow vehicle and I'm going to take that 7-ton because that's all I got. We get hit. That tow vehicle and that 7-ton will push out there. We'll put the casualties on the 7-ton. And we'll push them back to a safe zone where the Blackhawks can come in and pick them up. And there's an LZ that's right between 440 and right between then Camp Usaba, where we could get the Blackhawks in there. Well, sure enough, not even 5 minutes out the wire, Lima 2 gets pinned down, and they get pinned down pretty heavy.
The lead fire team was hit, right?
The lead fire team was hit. Looking at it, thinking about it, they were hit from three known positions. They were hit from north into the city, down by the radio tower, and maybe some elements that was inside the possible terrorist stronghold position itself. So 3 sets of fires coming in, they're pinned down pretty heavily. They immediately start taking casualties. I say, hey, push the 7-ton, push the Humvee up there. I had a 148 with Belmont. Comm with me was a little bit. Those 148s, it's a hit or miss sometimes in the environment, but I was able to at least put somewhere out there to get the 7-ton, get the Humvee up there. RPG hits 7-ton right in the fuel tank. Miraculously doesn't go off. It's a dud. But now it's leaking fuel, and the driver's hit as well. They limp out. So there goes my medevac capability. Try to get the Black Hawk to come in. It is too hot. We can't get the Black Hawk to come in. So Kilo 1. And I'm with Kilo 1, made the call to push, instead of down to Lima 2, push through the city to try to get to the objective as quick as possible, which meant that they were going to have to draw fire from one of those firing positions, which was the position north of the city. And that's the one where me and Belmont got pinned down on. But taking those fires from that element there at least took some of the pressure off of Lima 2, where you could call 81s to drop mortars on the target. Lima 2 and Kilo 1, off some good guidance and off some good ideas, did some coordination with some of the 81s guys that were back there, Sergeant Arnett, to get the guns laid on that particular target if we needed mortar support. Well, with that, enough of that pressure, Autry calls for fire support from 81s, and call it divine intervention or call it whatever you will, but first round hits a fuel tank or a fuel generator or something, and that CP where it explodes. At that point, do a fire for effect, and the fire for effect while the platoon is also assaulting towards the objective to at least get it cordoned off. That also allowed us to finally, not get pinned down anymore, because we returned fire north into the city. Understanding the geometry of fire, because also you had the battalion that was also sweeping from east to west, but we just aimed in on that point, keep it suppressed. That allowed the rest of Kilo 1st Platoon to move in, put a couple smalls into the building as well, the burning building. At that point, there was enough pressure where Gordonier and his crew, who had another CAT element, pushed in and got our casualties out of there. So they immediately, I don't know